African students forced to flee Ukraine are uncertain about the way forward. That's because they don't know whether they'll be able to complete their studies here at home.
Many of them are medical students who are attending universities in Kyiv, Kharkiv and Dnipro. Slindelo Masikane reports.
More than 50 South African students had no choice but to leave Ukraine after Russia invaded the country last month. Many of them are medical students who were in their 5th and 6th year and had only a few months to go before writing their final exams and graduating. Expat SA, which is representing these students, says many come from underprivileged backgrounds and can't afford to be back home without their degrees.
The war was very unexpected. Nobody expected something like this to happen. And obviously, in such a moment, students had to pick up whatever they could and, get to safety as fast as possible. So this is where Save Our Studies comes in to ensure that the students get as much academic assistance as possible. Hence, we also just reached out to a few institutions and we are hoping to get update and feedback as soon as possible.
But realistically, can these students be accommodated at local institutions? And if so, what criteria will be used?
We don't have an answer to that yet. And of course, the reason is that it's such an unusual situation.
Student body Sawus says it empathizes with the students' plight, but their situation is complicated.
All universities are pegged to the rafters, particularly when it comes to programs such as medicine, etc. In fact, you've got institutions that completed their admission processes the previous year. It's a very difficult act of trying to balance, because the reality of that is that we are dealing with a war situation, and of course these are the concerns. However, we will never do that at the expense of the entire system. We will do it maintaining order, sanity, and the credibility of our higher education system, because wars come and wars pass, but this system has to be protected.
University South Africa says it may be easier to accommodate those who are closer to completing their qualifications, but it will be looking at each student on a case-by-case basis. Deans from medical schools across the country will be meeting to find a way forward. Slindelo Masikane, Johannesburg.